Holy smokes, guys, we got a couple very big stock moves today and a couple of very popular stocks. Both stocks I own, okay? One being Tesla, which I just rebought shares on Friday, and this one moved up over 8% today, nearly 8.5%, up over $22 per share today alone, all right? Big move there. And then Alibaba, which is a company I've been buying for the past month and plan to continue to buy throughout 2018, made a big downward move here today, nearly 4%, about $6 per share. This one moved down today. And so we're going to talk about both these. Tesla, the part of the reason why it moved up is a big analyst, bullish sign an analyst pointed out, which we'll look at in just a minute. And also a big long shareholder of Tesla, a big name out there, actually said that Tesla's board of directors needs to be fixed or the company is doomed, literally doomed, okay? Would like go bankrupt. So we're going to look at both those things in regards to Tesla. First off, let's talk about Alibaba here. So Alibaba was in the news huge this weekend. This was like the biggest news out there, all right? So Jack Ma, the executive chairman of Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba, says he plans to step down in a year. The news comes in a letter sent to shareholders of Alibaba as well as customers following conflicting reports over the weekend on the timing of his exit. So a lot of people, first off, are not very well educated on Alibaba. I saw so many people in the comment section of my videos this week, and just in general saying the CEO of Alibaba is, leaving the company. Oh my gosh, well, what does this mean? This is such bad news. When in regards to Alibaba, Jack Ma has not been CEO of that company for years. Daniel Zhang has been CEO of Alibaba for years and years. So I don't know why people are saying the CEO of Alibaba is stepping down. No, the CEO, the one in charge of the daily operations, the overall strategy of the company, that is Daniel Zhang, and he's been in that chair, that seat for years now, okay? Since basically Alibaba went public 4+ years ago, right? Mr. Ma, one of China's richest men, will hand over the reins to Daniel Zhang, who's currently the chief executive officer, all right? Alibaba is one of the world's most valuable companies, and its shares had an amazing year last year. Mr. Zhang, who is 46 years old, developed the company's Singles Day promotion, which is the world's biggest one-day online retail event. That's a pretty good thing to have on your resume there, huh? You're the one that created Singles Day. Mr. Zhang will become executive chairman on September 10, 2019. So a year from now, the company said in a statement, the one-year handover period is aimed at achieving a smooth and successful transition, all right? Mr. Ma, who is currently worth somewhere around $36 billion, will remain a director on Alibaba's board until its annual shareholder meeting in 2020. He is a permanent member of the Alibaba partnership. The world is big, he says. I am still young, so I want to try new things, Mr. Ma said. The one thing I can promise everyone, and that is Alibaba was never about Jack Ma, but Jack Ma will forever belong to Alibaba. He said Mr. Zhang, who has been with Alibaba for 11 years, has demonstrated superb talent since taking over as chief executive many years ago, all right? So my view on this is, this shouldn't come as a shock to anybody, okay? If you watch any interviews done over the past year or two with Jack Ma, you're going to see that Jack Ma has talked many times about how he doesn't want to be running the company when he's old, okay? And he's like 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. He doesn't want to be running the company. He has said many times he plans on leaving Alibaba. He has never said a specific time, but you can just like get a gist of the whole deal, okay? This gentleman plans to leave the company, and so this shouldn't come as a big surprise to anybody. Now, it would have came as a surprise if he just like left tomorrow, okay, without announcing everything. It's a one-year transition period. But once again, Mr. Ma has not been involved in the day-to-day operations of Alibaba for quite a while, okay? I guarantee you he still has some vision for the company, and he still kind of, he rallies the troops and all those type of things, and I think he'll probably continue to do that as a part, being on the board of directors still for years to come. But, he wants to go out and do other things, and I respect that. Not everybody wants to still be CEO of their company at 80, 90 years old and, be a CEO that gets into a casket, okay? Go from CEO title to casket title. That's what some people want to do. And if they want to do that, that's fine. That's not what Jack Ma wants to do, okay? He said he wants to spend his last years on the beach or whatever he said it out there and whatnot while he's still young enough to do it. So I respect that. In terms of Alibaba, it doesn't change. They got a phenomenal management team over there. They got a phenomenal business model. So I have no plans to sell any Alibaba shares. I will continue to be a buyer of Alibaba going throughout 2018. I didn't buy Alibaba shares just for Jack Ma. And by the way, if you bought Alibaba Alibaba shares just because Jack Ma is part of the company, like that's a big mistake. You should never just buy shares because of one person, okay? It should be because of a team of people. That kind of takes me to Tesla. Let's talk about Tesla now. So Tesla shares moved up huge today following a pair of bullish reports. This first report is garbage, okay? I don't like it at all. This person says, we think Tesla setup in the sentiment looks relatively favorable for the next few weeks, said Bernstein analyst in a note to clients on Monday. We now see the near-term risk reward for Tesla as relatively skewed toward the upside given the potential the stock reverts toward the middle of the $270 to $370 range. That part I hate because it's just like short-term speculation, like, oh, the shares could maybe go to between 270 and 370 over the next few weeks. Like, that's just short-term speculation crap. I hate that, okay? I hate that type of stuff, okay? The next one is actually some valuable information, okay? An analyst at Baird wrote in a note on Monday to clients after a tour of the company's factory that Gigafactory 1 creates a significant barrier for competition and manufacturing capabilities, which should be a competitive advantage for Tesla over the long run. We believe Tesla's Gigafactory enables the company to drive down costs through an industrialization of battery-packed assembly and economies of scale. I 100% agree with this. I think the Gigafactory is going to be arguably the biggest competitive advantage Tesla will have over the competitors over the next 5 to 10 years, all right? I think that, it has been a massive cost for the company to build the Gigafactory. I think as they continue to do that and build another Gigafactory, it's going to be a massive competitive advantage and a massive moat around the company. I know Elon Musk doesn't like to talk about competitive moats, but in my opinion, competitive moats are real, okay? You can't just build another Gigafactory overnight. These are things that take years and billions of dollars to pull off. I think this is a big competitive advantage. I think that analyst, I think, is actually, a very valuable comment. The other one should just go on the strip and make predictions on when, what the dice will come up on the next roll or something like that, or what the cards will come up on the next blackjack game. That speculation game is nothing but speculation. It's just stupidness, okay? Stupidness. So people think they can predict stocks in a short term. No one's ever done it successfully over the long term. No one will ever do it successfully over the long term. Bottom line. Now let's talk about this, another shareholder who's a long shareholder, okay? Gene Munster came out. He said if Tesla doesn't overhaul the board right now, it could spell the end of the company, all right? First off, don't just write this guy off as a short seller, as Tesla stock or bearish or something like that. He is not. He's a long shareholder of Tesla. He believes in the company's vision. He says that if they don't fix the board, this company is doomed, okay? I think they need to make 2 moves with Tesla. I think they also need to fix the board, okay? Get the whole organization right, and I think they need a strong number 2 for Elon Musk, okay? When I look at something like Facebook, right? Facebook has a superstar CEO. They got the Zuckerberg, okay? But they also have arguably the best number 2 in the entire, corporate space, okay? In Sheryl Sandberg. Like, that's amazing, all right? And they just got a phenomenal company. So as controversies come up, it can just kind of roll off Facebook, whereas sometimes with Tesla, it sticks, all right? Elon Musk is a phenomenal talent. This guy's a phenomenal talent, but in my opinion, he absolutely needs a stronger organization around him. In sports, this happens all the time. You might be wondering why I wrote Randy Moss on the board back there. I always bring things back to sports, okay? There are a lot of very talented people in sports, one of them being Randy Moss, okay? This unbelievable receiver, all right? In 2006 with the Oakland Raiders, this gentleman caught 42 passes for 553 yards and 3 touchdowns. He goes to the New England Patriots the next year, a phenomenal organization, and his production goes off the charts. He catches 98 passes, 1,500 yards, and 23 touchdowns, which is a record in the history of the NFL, and who knows if that record will ever be broken. Maybe someday it gets broken. In the NFL and in sports all the time, you have phenomenal talents. Sometimes these phenomenal talents get caught up into things. Sometimes they get caught up into drugs. Sometimes they get caught up in domestic violence. Sometimes they're just hard to work with, and no one wants to work with those people because their personalities are hard to get along with. They're just drama. There's always something about them, okay? Elon Musk is a phenomenal talent, but he needs a strong organization around him to really bring out the best in him. And in my opinion, Tesla does not really have a super strong organization. They got an okay organization there, okay? But they got one really, super talented guy in Elon Musk, a very special talent, okay? So when I look at this, they need to build out the organization so they have a New England Patriots type organization, okay? If I was to say one company has a New England Patriots type organization, it is Apple. Apple. And if you wonder why Apple continues to flourish all these years later after Steve Jobs has been long gone, okay, why this company continues to flourish and continues to grow is they got a phenomenal organization from top to bottom. They have this phenomenal organization and they continue to flourish. If Tesla wants to get to that level, they have to get a team around Elon Musk that can overlook him and take his talents to the next level and say, dude, cool it over here. Because the fact is, Elon Musk has helped Tesla stock price get to where it is, and he's also hurt it in a major way, and it's the reason why it's at the level it's at right now, okay? If it wasn't for Elon Musk and doing some of these antics that have got the company in a lot of trouble, the stock price would likely be much higher than it is today. However, you know, it doesn't, I don't think it's a big deal to go on a podcast and smoke some pot, okay? I don't think that's a big deal. However, a lot of other people do, and that's what matters, because you got to understand, Tesla needs Tesla shares to be at certain prices or they're going to have to pay massive loads of debt back, okay? If the shares aren't around, I think it's around $360 come 6 to 9 months from now, like they're going to have to pay $920 million in debt obligations. However, if the shares are just over $360 come 6 to 9 months from now, the company doesn't have to pay that debt at that time. It's a beautiful thing, okay? So, which basically means Elon Musk stop messing up, but it's hard to just say that to somebody and then they just, you know, fix everything. They need a strong organization, okay? So absolutely need to build out the board of directors. They need a really strong number 2 at that company that's really going to take this on and say, hey man, I can do this, okay? I want a lot of money, no different than, you know, Sheryl Sandberg gets ridiculous amounts of money. She's probably by far and away, in my opinion, the highest paid number 2 in the world, okay? She makes more money than most big name CEOs, you know, who are the number 1s at company make, but she's worth every dollar. Tesla needs that person, okay? Because this company has an unbelievable opportunity in front of them, but if they don't execute, this talented guy is just going to be wasted. No different than Randy Moss was wasted on the Raiders. He catches 3 touchdowns in an entire season. He goes in next year to a team with a great organization and he catches 23 and sets an all-time NFL record. Happens all the time in sports. The talent just needs to have the right team around them, the right organization, and they can flourish. They have the wrong organization and they're going to, you know, lead to their own demise and they're not going to be able to achieve anything in life. So that's where we're at with this one, guys. I think Tesla needs a stronger team around them. They can do that. You know, this company has all the potential in the world to reach very far out there. Alibaba, once again, I plan to continue to add shares. I would love to hear your guys' opinion on either one of these stocks, either one of these companies, anything we talked about here today. I would love to hear from your opinion on that. By the way, who's the greatest receiver ever in the NFL? I would love to hear from you guys. That should be Jerry Rice. Who's the number 2 best receiver, okay? Who's the number 2? Thank you for watching. Have a great day.